Hi, my name is Adam Bamber. I play receiver for the Manchester Titans Adult Contact team, and this is my player profile. Never did a sport before. Went to uni in 2014 and thought, right, rugby, football, all the different type of sports that they all do. Always had an interest in American football, always kind of watched it like really casually, but was really interested in it. Came across UCLAN's team's website. Not much on there, so not sure how it kind of drew me in, but I came to an open day, nearly didn't do it. I was sat in the car, couldn't see anyone. And then as I was driving off, I saw a few people on the pitch playing. So then I popped back up, went back, and then the rest is kind of history, just a sports day there. Met a few people, and then now I'm here. Did a few different positions. Was kind of all over the place. Started off at running back, then receiver. So when I say a few positions, they were the only two. And at uni, didn't really do much kind of outside of that. Kind of met some of the people who I'm still with today. Just kind of gradually went through that uni career, kind of found my feet, started to kind of figure it out a little bit, kind of like the interest and the passion grew a bit more. Went to the Wolverines, I think it was a year and a half. Didn't play much, kind of stood on the sideline, watched, waited. That was at running back again. And then I moved to receiver in the second year. Again, wasn't, that was at that time the top of, Prem football. Went back to uni, kind of just gradually got better and better in that sense. Then did 1 year at Leeds. In between all that, there was a big transition. Manchester Titans, where we are here today. 6-7 years down the line, and now we're here really just doing the same thing. At first, it wasn't like that wasn't my goal. I was never like in the mindset of we're going to Manchester, that's what we're going to do. In my head, it was Lancashire was the closest, Merseyside was semi-close, like from my hometown, kind of where I was. And then it was all thanks to one player doing helping everyone kind of move over, doing the whole recruitment side of it, all selling it all. We went to Manchester, and from there it kind of changed football for me, really. It's in the middle of kind of everywhere. You can get players from anywhere. You can kind of pick them in that sense. Manchester's the best city in the country anyway. I don't care what anyone says. We can talk about that. The football, the level, the coaching, the quality of players, just the culture, everything. If you want to kind of get better at the game, then Manchester's the place you got to be. And again, also the city, and it all just kind of combines. It goes hand in hand. There's not a negative thing you can say about it. Probably got a few. One of them at uni was beating Sheffield Hallam for the first time, because in my experience and where I've been and what I've done, we were always just kind of competitors, but it was always known as this is the team that's going to, beat everyone. They always win, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So for us to kind of game plan and finally be like, we're in a position to beat them, it was the best feeling that I've had in football, because I've never experienced it before. And then I've gone on to kind of mirror that in games, say against Tamworth for the first time, where we beat them 21-0, and then say obviously the national final. But that one is probably up there, the first game that comes to my head. And then the Div 1 national final, because again, it was a feeling that I've never been in before. Obviously, you got to put the national final in there, but I don't think I have one favourite game of my career, because there's so many times I think we might have mirrored what I've done originally and the original reasons for what I kind of liked and what felt like amazing at that time, but at just different levels. I could sit and think about it every game that I've ever played and every team and every player I've ever played, but no one comes close to the people that's on our team, really. So I don't think I've caught a ball in training on Ricky once in my entire time being there. I look at him sometimes, I line up, I do this really kind of ignorant thing where I go, I'm going to beat this guy. And then I never do. And then I don't get humbled. So it's as simple as that. And I just repeat that process over and over. So yeah, Ricky, nice one. Thank you. National final obviously comes to mind. All that hard work that we put in over the 4 or 5 years, that transition coming over, there was a bit of kind of a sticky point where we were trying to merge with the kind of existing players and stuff, and then from year in, year out, getting to the semi-finals, and then, just kind of not pushing past that boundary. So to finally get there and do it in such a dominant way is one of them. But I think my best Titans memory so far is beating the Leicester Falcons in Div 1 to get promoted into the Prem, to kind of lay the groundwork and the foundation for what we've done today. It's nice. It feels still weird because it was been one of my goals since day one. I remember having conversations with friends when I first started playing football. I didn't know there was I didn't know there was a national program. I didn't think it was big enough. But then obviously to kind of hear that there was that becomes your, you kind of like, it should become your goal instantly. You want to represent your country in that sense. Like, to wear the kit it's an incredible feeling. I came in later to the squad as well. So to be able to say that I'm a part of that squad now, the 75-man, and to be part of, the main squad in that sense, after kind of essentially doubting or kind of not proving to people, or people kind of doubting me, then I come in and just kind of showing in my sense like I deserve to be there. It's really kind of incredible feeling. It all goes hand in hand with kind of the quality and the work and everything that we do at Titans, and it reflects and shows even kind of how many guys that we've got there on that squad right now. It's going to have to be my best friend of all time, Chris Winrow. Chris Winrow would probably still be unhappy with that, but I think Corey Deer / Sam combined. Like, I've lost 2 friends, simple. Chris Winrow or DK. Smartest. Fossey or Sam Bloomfield somehow. Dopiest. DK again comes to mind. The guy's just loud, but he doesn't know what he's saying. Simple. Best vibes. I want to say me, but I know that's not true. So again, at the moment, from an offensive point of view, I reckon Chris Winrow again. The guy's loud. He makes it very clear he's there on a positive way sometimes. Oh, that depends on the day, but I think Sam Bloomfield. The guy doesn't have fun. Scott Higgins, Joe Parrington, and Max all combined to make a mega human. Coach's pet, Chris Winrow. Oh, Charlie. Yeah, not touching him. Ooh, hard worker. That's hard. Just to put down for one person. There's so many guys on there that's earned it. You've got Coops, who's earned his way into that. Fossey. I think all in all, it's got to be Sam Bloomfield. Straight up, the amount he does on and off the field. Most underrated. Scott Higgins. Quiet soldier. Anyone on the NO line. Googie, Pumpkin, Corey, Charlie Dixon, Nelly, all of them. No. Ollie Hamer. Joe Nick, he's not touching me. I'm going the other way. Oh, I enjoy this sport a lot. And I know that a lot of people, it's their life and it's their personality, and rightfully so it should be. But at the end of the day, it is an amateur sport. We're all here to enjoy it. We're all here for the same goal, same reason. Let's all just kind of keep like that and enjoy it, because at the end of the day, my kids don't care when I have them. Wet. champions. Loud. When I was in year 7, I did a presentation. I wanted to be an astronaut, being naive and undersized and small and not very good at many things, or maths or English or science. There was no way I was going to be an astronaut. Nights out, I don't really do, but I'll hit Northern Quarter. You got Cane and Grain, big zombie pictures, good times. And then any of the ramen places. So you got Maki Maya, Tokyo Ramen, Shoryu Ramen. There's a new one called Maki something. I don't know. I need to go. Anything that's got noodles in a bowl and an egg floating on the top, I'll help you. I'm your guy. All right. The North. Stoke and above. Right. Well, you get the bag. You throw it away, you get coffee, put it in the cup, sugar, milk, hot water, stir, drink your coffee. Cool. Okay, so this play, it was against Bristol Aztecs, deep in the 4th. We were doing like a simple kind of post wheel concept from trips. There's a million and one things going on this play. So down in the line, to the little chip there. I think it was 3rd down as well. And I think if we were to lose this ball in this possession, it was going to kind of change the way of the game, essentially, and the way that I thought anyway, because Bristol's offense were absolutely destroying it in this quarter to this point. So this wasn't the way it was designed or the way it was supposed to look. It goes to Max here, obviously, he sees that space. The play from Sam was arguably one of the best plays I think he's done all season, in my opinion, is to the patience, looking at him reading, he's looking at the flat, he's looking at Max, he sees the DN kind of come in there and then sees that kind of small window, and then he's just got space and there's acres, and then you get to kind of see Max doing Max things, really. That is the reason why Max is called Max, because nothing is more Max than maximum, because Max. And I think that play put us in the position to essentially win the game, because everyone was just hyped. It was like, look at the space, look at the position. Like, no, I don't think anybody else on our team could have done what Max did at that point. And I think that's kind of credit for him as well, because he doesn't realise that he can do this as well. Like, Max knows he's good, but Max doesn't realise how good he is from our point of view. I played receiver. I wish I was born the same way this guy was, but I'm not. And that essentially, in my mind, put us in the position to win the game, to then go into the national final, to then get us where we are now. So that's why that's one of my top picks. Okay, so we got trips right, screenplay. We've been doing this all year. This one stands out and is a bit different to me because 3rd down, the way Sam rolls and throws at the ball is obviously perfect. It's not necessarily more about me getting that, because I get absolutely no yards on that contact. It's all of this afterwards. It was Chris, then Sam, then Max, and then pushing it for essentially 5-6 yards, and then Johnny coming in. Corey's point was the main thing in all of this that gets us the 1st down. But it's just a kind of like the determination to show that everyone is winning. It's like even Max is down on the floor there, then instantly up, and then just straight in, head first. And then there's 4 or 5 players just pushing that line, because they know that getting that 1st down is the most important thing going right there. And then it's just everyone, it's just kind of like a show that how everyone is kind of all on the same page, all, you know, kind of like there for the same reason. It's the highest stage at kind of Britbowl kind of level, and everyone there just kind of showed and just determined to make sure that we were to progress that ball. And it's just, you can watch this bit over and over and over and over and over, because I don't think there's a more beautiful play that has happened, I think, this season. And it's not even because it's me holding the ball, it's everyone else around that helps get that ball over, because at the end of the day, I did absolutely nothing. Okay, so Tamworth, 2nd game of the season. I think this is the 2nd quarter at this point, and both sides, not really much is going. I think this play, for me, the reason why I chose it was every single game you need that one either hit or that one catch that kind of, gives you the confidence to make you kind of think, right, okay, we're good at this point. And obviously Tamworth being this massive force and stuff. So we're in like just a normal kind of spread formation. We all just run pitches here. And for me, this was one of my favourite plays for myself, because I had a big issue over the past few years of getting yards after catching. So I've always just been one in my early kind of years to catch and then either take a hit, running out of bounds, or drop. But this game, it felt more important than anything was to kind of make it, we want to be doing everything we possibly can the moment that ball's in your hand. It's not just a case of going, right, I've got the 4 yards, everyone's happy. So for me to kind of like pick up potentially 10, 15 yards after that catch on a 4-yard hitch, for me personally was a massive, like a tick off my box to say, like, yes, the improvement's there, like everything that I'm doing or what I'm saying is kind of progressing, but also at the same time in terms of like confidence boost and mindset. And I think it kind of helped with a lot of players as well. I don't know, I can't talk for people, but I think like the atmosphere and the feel and the vibe and the way that the team were kind of presenting themselves after like plays like this, and then later ones with Chris Winrose, Jet Sweep and Joe, Nick, we were just rolling them from that point and couldn't stop. But for me personally, it was all the yak, the catch, the quick movement, the no messing about. It was just kind of showing that everything that I've been doing in the off season has started to pay off, especially against a defence like Tamworth. So I couldn't have asked for a better defence to kind of really do it against. And obviously with the defensive mindset that they have on their team, coaching wise, it was, nice to see.
Once I came back, being announced or being told that I was going to be brought back into 75 was really cool. It was one of those parts in the last year where it was like, yeah, you've still got it, you can still play.